Yeah, what's up guys, this is Hunter the Rage, and I'm here today to bring you guys my live reaction for a death battle, Aang versus Edward Elric. So without further ado, let's get into this. I wonder who's gonna win. I kind of feel like Aang has an advantage in this one for some reason.
But somehow these kids can master them with a vengeance.
Right.
Like Aang, the Avatar.
And
The
Edward
Avatar.
Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Right.
Water. Earth. Fire.
Air.
Heart.
Once the four
I got that
nations
joke.
lived in harmony, and some of their citizens could even learn to bend their nation's element.
Right.
But only the Avatar could master all four, and it's their duty to protect the balance between these nations.
And since there's always gotta be an Avatar around, a new one is born whenever the last one dies.
But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Attempting to conquer the other three nations, the Avatar would inevitably be their greatest obstacle.
And they'd
Freaking.
even go after a kid?
Living among the air nomads,
That-
Aang was an energetic and dutiful 12 years old when he learned of his
Cousin.
destiny. He was the
Cousin.
newest
Twinkle toes.
incarnation of the Avatar.
But he
Favorite
totally was
egg
down,
custard?
ran away from home and got frozen in ice for 100 years. What the hell? That's not what I'd do if I found out I was an awesome elemental badass.
I know,
I'd
right?
definitely find a way to make money off that.
Boomstick, he's 12. But running away actually saved his life, as the Fire
Yeah, it
Nation
actually
knew the
did,
next Avatar would be
surprisingly.
an air nomad, and slaughtered them all in a horrific surprise attack.
But the poor kid wouldn't be stuck in ice forever. He was eventually rescued by some new friends and began his quest to learn the other elements and save
He wasn't
the
actually
world.
stuck in
And
ice.
As an air nomad, he can really bend the wind to his will.
Yes.
He can use air bending to create whirlwinds and tornadoes or slice through solid
And
stone.
earth
And
bending,
he can
fire
fly.
bending.
Whee!
Well, it's not exactly
Wait,
flying.
earth bending, fire bending,
What he
water
actually
bending,
does is
air
manipulate the
bending,
air currents to keep aloft. That's why he carries
and even
light,
a little bit
complete
of,
with
I guess,
snakes.
chi building or chocolate bending.
Oh, well, I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Whatever.
It actually
if
will.
Looks like a duck and sounds like a duck. It's a duck. Or I guess flying avatar guy.
But ducks actually can fly.
Ex-
Anyway, Aang can use air in pretty much every aspect of his
Air bending,
life, like
water
for shields,
bending, earth
increasing
bending.
his speed,
And
improving
also
agility,
fire
adjusting his
bending.
body
What the hell?
power, and even focusing his breath to use as an attack.
After he learned water
Okay,
bending
there we
from
go.
Baku and Katara,
An energy
Aang can
building.
make
Oh,
whips,
so it's not
knives, and
chocolate
literal
building, it's
tsunamis.
energy bending.
Hey, I can do that too. Just
Avatar
give me a
state.
pool and watch this cannonball fly. Does that mean I'm a waterbender?
Sure. Water
Yeah, the
bending-
avatar state is the reason why I think this is kind of.
Just like how I, the
No,
great
one-sided.
waterbender Boomstick the Wet, will use my powers to swim through this frozen block.
You what?
Yep. Waterbending 101. You can be jealous.
Oh wow. I'm just
Let's see them
bursting
fail.
with envy.
Bending powers activate! Ha! Success!
He is fat.
Like airbending, waterbending requires a nearby source of water to use, like a pond or a filled bottle. The same goes for earthbending, which
Oh.
Aang learned from his mentor Toph.
Earthbending is all about throwing rocks at people and a bunch of
Throwing
other cool
earth.
stuff, like making walls and earthquakes and causing the
And I
ground
guess
to
metal.
swallow you up, which is
And
kinda
sand.
creepy, actually.
Last but
And
certainly
mud.
not least, Aang learned the art of firebending from his longtime rival, Prince Zuko. Unlike the other arts, firebenders can actually create fire to use at will.
Firebending is so goddamn powerful. It's even got the deadliest bending technique of all.
Lightning.
Shooting lightning.
Well, only the most advanced firebenders can cast lightning.
And
which is
blue fire.
usually an instant kill move. While Aang never learned the move itself, he has learned how to redirect it through his body.
But even after learning the four elements, Aang got to meet one last master bender.
Who taught him the art of manipulating a person's life energy, the purest form of bending.
It's
Yep.
super dangerous though, and one mistake could tear up Aang's soul.
And with it, Aang defeated the Fire Lord and brought peace to the world at large.
And somehow
With
stole
that
his
and
building,
with his
which is
super
kind of
form,
weird.
The Avatar State.
In
To be
the
able to
Avatar
steal
state, Aang's
bending.
bending abilities grow immensely powerful. This is because the Avatar state lets Aang draw upon the power and wisdom of all previous Avatar incarnations. Though it is extremely risky, as dying while in the Avatar state ends the cycle of reincarnation permanently.
Wow.
Why would he care if he's dead anyway? Whatever. The coolest thing about the Avatar state is it makes you glow like this. Behold!
How are you doing that?
Avatar state.
A bunch of glow sticks.
You need to go to the doctor.
What?
Like right now.
My liver's processed way worse than this.
Well, with or
Apologize
without
for that
Avatar
shit, but
state,
it's gonna
Aang
get cut
is
out.
Plenty powerful. He has the ability to move gigantic stone columns and even carve canyons around an entire city.
Not only has he survived hits from earthbending
Yeah,
canyons and
why
massive
is he
explosions,
fighting,
he threw this gigantic column of rock at the Fire
Edward
Lord.
now? Because
Get the
I'm
column's
actually
mass,
really
compared
confused
Aang's
now.
height against it and determined it must weigh
Aang is
9,500
superhuman
tons.
and
Aang's super fast,
Edward
too.
is
With
still
airbending, he
somewhat
can run on
human.
water.
I mean,
Which,
still
given his
basically
size,
a normal
requires
human.
movement speed of well over 67 miles per hour.
He used airbending to block a giant column-destroying explosive attack from the best-named character on the show,
Right.
Combustion Man.
And he's proven he could redirect lightning from the Fire Lord himself.
Bam.
Taking into account the distance between them and how far Aang's arm had to move to catch the lightning, he would have to react at least 155 times faster than sound.
He is pretty unused to violence, though. I mean, he's a vegetarian pacifist for crying out loud. But while he may seem like just a kid, Aang still saved the world and led it into a peaceful future. To him, bending is elementary.
If you want to be a bender, you have
I was
to.
about to say Elemental or something. I'm tripping.
Alchemists of old once tried to turn lead into gold with not great results.
Nope.
But in the country of Amestris, the ancient science of alchemy is actually possible by using the Earth's natural energy to reshape the molecular structure of various.
I wish
And
you
by
could do
drawing a
that.
circle thingy.
A transmutation
Tation circle.
which most alchemists use except for the youthful prodigy, Edward Elric.
Oh, what a little badass.
Careful, Boomstick, he's a bit touchy about his size.
Hey, if I lost my mom like he did,
I'm not
I'd do
little.
stuff too. But Ed and his brother Alphonse figured they could bring her back with alchemy. So they went for it, but things went south real fast. You know how people say they'd give an arm and a leg for something? Well, Ed literally did, and poor Al lost his whole body. Luckily, Ed managed to stick his brother's soul in a suit of armor. But still, yikes.
This
Right.
horrible experience has forever marked the two brothers. No one is meant to transmute
Ooh.
the human soul, and the boys were lucky just to escape with their lives.
But he got something good out of it, like super secret knowledge,
The
including how
truth.
to do alchemy without a circle thingy.
Basically.
He just has to clap instead.
Basically, he learned the
So,
truth, and the
where's
truth was
Ed?
ingrained
With
into him.
these new abilities, Ed and Alphonse began their quest to
Although
restore
he-
their bodies. Specifically, they
don't
sought
think
the
he
incredible
remembers all
power
of it.
a Philosopher's Stone, believing it to be their only chance. Eventually, Ed joined the military, and thanks to his amazing potential, he was named by the Fuhrer the Full Metal Alchemist.
What? Adolf Hitler?
Not
It's
that
just
Fuhrer.
Ed. He's okay. Until he isn't.
Spoilers! Also, since Ed lost a couple limbs, he got them replaced with automail. Kinda like my leg.
Automail is made from incredibly durable metal, ranging from his original steel one, to a gas-powered one, to his best version consisting
Oh,
of
so
a
you
mix of
brought the
aluminum and
gas-powered
carbon.
one.
Apart from being durable metal prosthetics, Ed's Automail
Which was in
limbs
the
function just
movie,
like normal ones.
The Conqueror of
He can
Shambhala,
even
which is
reshape
from the
his arm
original
as a
series.
weapon.
So he can
I like
turn
the
it into
original
swords and
series more than
saws and
Brotherhood,
stuff,
even though I
increase
do
its
like
durability
Brotherhood.
by hardening its makeup, or turn it into an umbrella. Ah, truly a limb of many talents.
But at the end of the day, Ed's true talent lies not in sword fighting or umbrella holding, but the art of alchemy.
He can do all sorts of crazy things with all the elements. He can basically make anything he wants, like spears and shields.
So long as he follows the rule of equivalent
Exchange.
Anything created with alchemy must have a source of equal value and cannot be made fundamentally different. For example, lead can be molded into a statue, but it cannot be turned into water. Other than that, there are three principles needed to use alchemy well: comprehension,
Which means you gotta understand what the thing you're using is
And
made of.
deconstruction.
Breaking stuff down.
and reconstruction.
And
Put stuff back
reconstruction.
together.
Ed is only limited by the materials at hand and his imagination. At his full potential, he can do almost anything. He can purify water, create ammonium gas from ammonium
Okay.
nitrate, repair entire houses, and transform a gun into a trumpet.
Don't you ever try and do that with any of my guns. Anyway, Ed's also learned destruction alchemy, which does exactly what you think it does, make a big ol' kaboom. Ed's used it to destroy stuff like automail, but it can also be used to explode people's heads.
So using destruction alchemy, Ed should be able to destroy something like this on a molecular level.
Ha! Or you could just do that.
Anyway, with all of his abilities, Ed has done some incredibly impressive things.
Not only has he blocked gunfire from a Gatling gun after it started firing, he's dodged a pistol from nearly point-blank range, and his automail arm even took a bite from a lion-headed chimera. It was totally fine.
Assuming this chimera has a similar bite force to that of a real lion, that means Ed's arm stood up to a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch.
Woo!
He's created a gigantic
That's
cannon and then survived
something.
that cannon
That can crush
exploding while he
bone.
was standing on it. And then he survived being on top of a huge boulder exploding too.
We can measure the boulder's explosion against Ed's size to get an approximate energy output. With a radius of 36 feet, this blast must have been equivalent to over 100 tons of TNT.
Okay,
How's
I don't
that
think
for
so.
equivalent exchange, bitches? He also survived an explosion that took out most of a 10-story building.
Even apart from being tough, Ed has shown considerable strength when using alchemy.
Like when he created a gigantic golem to crush his opponent.
By measuring the size of the stone golem's thumb, comparing
God
it to the
hammer.
size of the
Eat
average
God
human's
hammer.
thumb, and using that scale to estimate the size of the golem, that gives us an estimated weight of over 3,000 metric tons.
All this without any Philosopher's Stone, because it turns out those things are really, really messed up.
And really, really
Philosopher's
powerful as
stones
well.
are extremely powerful and can be used in many different ways. Kimberly the Crimson Lotus Alchemist, for example, used one to create a massive explosion equal to 157 kilotons of TNT.
Oh shit,
However,
he did.
It turns out that these stones are composed of imprisoned human souls.
Yep.
So Ed and Al vowed to avoid them on principle. Although Ed can boost his alchemic power in a similar manner by drawing on his own life force, increasing his potential at the cost of shortening his lifespan. But that's what Ed ultimately had to learn, what it truly means to let something go. And so he found another way to revive Al's body,
To give
sacrificing his own
Al
power
alchemy.
for the sake of family.
Aw, what a nice guy. But all in all, so long as Ed knows what he's trying to transmute, he's an amazing force to be reckoned with.
Now let's go home.
Still feels like Aang has the advantage here. So we'll just see who actually wins.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, thanks to...
Sorry, Momo. You're just too little.
Really now.
Little! Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you stupid hairless kid?
Nobody?
I'll show you!
Really? That's how this starts? I think bending would be stronger than... Yeah, I think bending would be stronger than alchemy in this sense.
You know, there are actually a lot of advantages to being short. Like, you'll never hit your head on door frames, and,
I'm still growing!
now I gotcha. Ah! Oh no! I'm sorry!
Really?
A classic misdirection. That's advantage Elric! Ha! Damn it!
Elric, you gonna say something about him bending wind?
How's this for small?
What?
What kind of alchemy is that?
That's not alchemy, kid.
Okay, no more clappy magic. Uh-oh.
Edward, you might want to get your arm back, buddy.
No, my cabbages!
I remember that joke.
There you are.
Nice try, Shorty! Whew. Can't believe that worked.
It didn't. Yeah, this isn't fair.
Snap.
At least I'm taller than you.
You left me no choice.
Yep, this
Looks
was
like
way
Ed
too
didn't
much
have
of a
leg to stand
disadvantage.
on. Or
What the fuck?
arm, I guess.
Ed may have been more quick-witted and inventive, and he certainly had more combat experience. But Aang's bending abilities were far more versatile and readily available.
And
than
far
combat
too
options.
powerful. What the
Yeah,
hell?
It had cool stuff like cannons and gun trumpets, but Aang was fast enough to react to lightning, which is way faster than dodging a measly bullet.
Nah, shit,
Recall
you
how
think?
Ed survived an explosion that destroyed most of a 10-story building. By examining the size of the building and thus the volume of the conical explosion, this blast must have equaled about 30 kilotons of TNT.
That's cool, but Aang did way more when he carved up a circle around that city in Avatar State.
The force to blast such a huge ravine around the city of Udao was a massive undertaking. By measuring the width, length, and depth of the affected area compared to the size of the city, we found it would take almost 160 kilotons of TNT to pull that off.
Yeah, this is
More
way
than 5
too.
times greater than Ed's best durability feat. So Aang definitely
The characters
had
are
stuff
supposed to be
crush
equal in
Ed's
these fights,
automail
right?
arm and the rest of it.
Because
Granted, Ed could reach this sort of power by sacrificing his life force. Remember Kimbley's explosion, the one empowered by a Philosopher's Stone, a blast
He's
of
not Kimbley.
157 kilotons of TNT?
Because Kimbley's
This is almost
insane.
identical to Aang's
Kimbley
feat,
used a
and
Philosopher's Stone.
theoretically, Ed could have been capable of this level of power.
with a
Theoretically.
philosopher stone.
However, a Philosopher's Stone uses many souls, while Ed could only draw from his one. Not to mention, drawing from his own life force meant his power-up had a very
Yeah, this was
short
one-sided. Hella
duration
one-sided.
compared to the Avatar state, which has no such limit. But even so, Ed's tactics and creativity kept him in the fight, yet the Avatar's speed, power, and versatility was too much for him. Aang may be a pacifist in canon and would hardly kill anyone, but unleashing his full power is a sight to behold.
Just when Ed thought he had the Aang, the Alchemist missed the mark.
The winner is Avatar Aang. Thanks for watching this.
Guys, you can't have a fight that's seriously one-sided, because what's the point in that? It's like, seriously, you can't. Most of the characters that they usually do have a pseudo equal. They are pseudo equal if you look at them from a distance, right? This one was so clearly one-sided that I'm just like, why the hell did they even bother? It was just like, why the hell was this battle match even a thing if we already knew that Aang was way too powerful for Elric to actually fight? It's like, oh, but if Edward did this like Kimbley, the whole thing about Kimbley is cheating in order to do that. Edward cannot do that on his own. So what the hell? There was no reason for you to bring Aang and Edward as like a equal combatant. I really didn't understand the point of this death battle. It was just like, oh, we need to pit someone who's on a lower tier than the other character. Are you trying to make the other character look strong? Because Aang doesn't need to look strong. Aang already is strong. It's just like, if you wanted to put Aang against somebody, put Aang against someone from Naruto's verse or something. It's just like, you can't put someone from Full Metal Alchemist, which is still pseudo grounded in reality, and the only magnitude style attacks are from using something as cheating as a Philosopher's Stone, something that the main character would never use, versus something like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is clearly for superhuman magic that goes beyond anything that Full Metal Alchemist can ever achieve. So it's just like, seriously, what was the point in this? I didn't understand it. Well, the animation and stuff was okay, although it's kind of hard. It was kind of this style of animation that was actually a little older school, but I do enjoy like the old school of it. It's like the whole 16-bit things, but when they do it like that, it allows for some interesting animation. So I thoroughly enjoyed that part. At the very least, the fight itself was fun, but the actual content of this fight made literally no fucking sense. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been Hunter Ray Dragon, and I will see you guys later. Make sure you guys subscribe, click that notification bell when you want to be notified when I upload again, and I will see you guys later. Peace.